dissected my quad out just enough to be able to show what's inside and how I did it. You can see here, let me kind of get it back, shift it down into place. There we go. So here's my RC lead and my RSSI feed for my receiver, but I wanted to get up underneath here so that you could clearly see I have the beam P50 upside down. Here you can see the ImpulseRC LED ring, which I really like. It helps visually see the quad in the air if I'm line of sight or otherwise. We have the TBS P50. On the back side of this ImpulseRC LED ring, you can see the little switch go up and down for whether or not it's being controlled by this little tiny switch or whether or not it is being controlled by the flight controller. But since I have a KISS flight controller, I can't control the LED ring with that flight controller. Right here I slipped some heat shrink on either side of these standoffs and put a zip tie in it, shrunk that down, and then put the antenna for the receiver on either side and shrunk it in two places. You can see here I got it a little long. I may need to tighten it up a little bit because I've got on one of the landings, crash landings, I got some prop damage on the heat shrink, but thankfully the receiver antenna is fine. I am using the top protection plate for the KISS flight controller. Well, it came with the ImpulseRC Alien 5-inch frame right there. I also have a buzzer which I need to reaffix right here up front. It's great when you're flying in tall grass and you're trying to find your quad after the fact, let me tell you. Right now I've got my camera at about 30-35 degrees. I'm going to be upping that because I seem to be not getting the speed that I want while I'm flying. Maybe more speeded better, but we'll see. I typically, I'm not going to try and do it right now, but I'm going to tape this down, and then I put the receiver down on top of it, and then I tape over that as well. I did a little bit more modification on the rubber top piece here. Cut it out, as they've talked about in multiple videos, to save a little bit of weight. And then I cut a little piece off this top so that way I could pass my transmitter cable up and over. I think I'm getting a little bit of melt off of the heat from this TBS VTX. I have placed my AMA and UAS numbers, as well as some phone numbers on the other underside of the top plate. So they're visible from below, but not while you're flying, so it keeps a nice clean look. You can see how I routed the antenna connector for that TBS 5G8 Unify PRO VTX. Used a couple of let me start over here. I used a little bit of foam pad tape to separate the ground from the frame. Then I zip tied it in place. And I have another little piece of foam to separate it from the frame. I have an SMA, or well, an RPSMA to SMA connector here for the antenna, and I'm using left-hand polarized. All my buddies have right-hand polarized, and I figured it'd be just a lot easier and we wouldn't have to worry about as much when we fly together if I went for the left-hand polarized, and we haven't had any issues.